Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 14th of April, 1983. And the title is A Perfect Soul is Always Content with the Self and Service. Today, in order to meet the children who are residents of faraway lands, Baba has taken the support of the corporeal form in this corporeal world of the children and is looking at the children and this corporeal old world. The old world means the world of upheaval. Seeing the beauty of the world of upheaval, Bapdada was looking at the children's unshakable stage. You observe all these scenes of upheaval as detached observers. The scenes of these games remind you even more of your unshakable, sweet home and your sweet kingdom that are free from obstacles. Do you remember what your home and what your kingdom were like, and what the kingdom that is going to come will be like, and that you are now going to go home? Today, seeing this scene, Bob and Dada had a heart-to-heart conversation. While living in this world of upheaval, how much longer are you going to be seeing the scenes of upheaval, seeing the scenes of the children having to tolerate? Father Brahma feels in his heart that he should call all the children to the subtle region. Do you like this idea? Will you be able to fly? You are not tied to any strings, are you? Your wings are not weak due to any type of attachment, are they? Your wings are not clinging somewhere because of attachment, are they? Have you made such preparations? Bapdada will fly in a second, but what if you remain behind while making your preparations? You are ready, are you not? First of all, you have to ask yourselves two things. Am I completely free soul? Am I content with my speed of effort, together with my own contentment, with my elevated stage? Do I also receive a response of contentment from the souls who are in contact with me? Am I content with myself in service? Am I receiving success as the return of using the accurate, powerful method? Have I prepared a variety type of souls for my kingdom? That is, souls who have a right to the kingdom, a right to the royal family, a right to become royal subjects, and those who have a right to become ordinary subjects. Have you prepared all types of souls according to the required number of souls? The Father is Karavanhar, one who works through others, but he makes the instrument children Karanhar, those who act because you receive the reward as the fruit of your actions. It is the instrument children who have to perform actions. It is you children who have to have relationship with Father Brahma. The Father will remain loving and detached. Therefore, examine yourself in this way and let Baba know whether you are ready. You are not going to leave the task half accomplished, are you? Souls cannot become karmatit and go back with the Father without becoming complete. Only those who have become equal will go with him. You want to go with him, do you not? Or are you going to follow him later? You are not going to go in the procession of Shiva, are you? Now tell Baba whether you are ready, or are you thinking that some magic should take place? The mantra of Shiva is the magic mantra. You have received that. Brahma Baba was very concerned that the children shouldn't have experienced any difficulty. Was there any difficulty, or was it entertainment? Because there was heavy rainfall today, the tents collapsed. Was it just the tent that collapsed, or did your heart shake? Your heart is strong, is it not? You don't have any upheaval. What will happen, or how you will leave, do you? Look at something new. At least, none of you have ever seen the monsoon of Abu, have you? Therefore, you are getting a little experience of that. You should also see the rain in the mountains. You saw this entertaining scene. You are not thinking about getting away from here quickly, are you? It is good that the storms came on the last day. You will of course go and share some new news about what happened. There will be that entertainment in the news you tell. In fact, all of you are unshakable. A lot more is yet to happen. This is nothing. These are signs of the transformation of nature. Seeing this, it is as though the speed of the elements of nature is becoming fast. In the same way, the speed of self-transformation should also be fast. Acha, to those who constantly move at a fast speed in self-transformation, to those who complete the task of service with their own completion, to those who constantly remain stable in the stage of a detached observer and observe scenes of upheaval, considering them to be entertainment and thereby remaining unshakable. To such constantly elevated souls, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Bapdada meeting groups. 1. Do you constantly watch every scene of the drama while stable in the stage of a detached observer? The stage of a detached observer always helps you to play the part of a hero. If you are not a detached observer, you cannot play a hero part. From being hero actors, you then become ordinary actors. The stage of a detached observer makes you a constantly double hero. One makes you like a diamond, hero, and the other makes you a hero actor. A detached observer means the soul is stable in the stage of being a master, detached from the body. It means to be detached even with your body, to be a master of it. I am a soul who makes the body perform actions, not the one who performs actions. Do you constantly have the stage of a detached observer? Does the stage of a detached observer give you the experience of effort being easy? There can be no type of obstacle or difficulty when you have the stage of a detached observer. This is the main practice. This is the first and last lesson of the stage of a detached observer. Because at the end, when there are upheavals, it will only be through the stage of a detached observer that you will be victorious. Therefore, make this lesson firm. Acha. 2. Do you constantly consider yourselves to be the elevated souls of the confluence age? The confluence age is the elevated age, the age of transformation, and the age when soul meets the Supreme Soul. If you think of the specialties of the confluence age, there are so many of them. Maintain the awareness of these specialties and become powerful. According to your awareness, you automatically become the form. Therefore, constantly churn knowledge. By churning knowledge, you fill yourself with power. If you don't churn knowledge, if you just listen to and relate knowledge, you cannot become an embodiment of power, but just a speaker who gives knowledge. The picture of the churning that you children show is also shown on the path of devotion. Do you remember the picture of how to churn knowledge? Have you not seen the image of Vishnu? He is lying comfortably and churning knowledge, thinking about knowledge. He is churning and thinking about that and remaining cheerful. So whose image is this? Look what the bed is like. A snake has been made into a bed. That is, the vices have become subservient. He is resting on them. The things beneath him are subservient, and the master is on the top of them. When you become a conqueror of Maya, you remain carefree. There is no need to worry about battling with Maya or being defeated by Maya. Therefore, you are carefree, and by churning, you remain cheerful. So examine yourself to see whether you have become a conqueror of Maya. None of the vices should attack you. Constantly keep new points in your awareness and churn them, and you will enjoy yourself a great deal. You will stay in pleasure because when you churn the treasures you have received from the Father, you experience them to be your own. Food is at first separate from the one who eats it. However, once that food is digested, that same food becomes blood and your own in the form of energy. In the same way, when you churn knowledge, it becomes your own. You will then feel that it is your own treasure. 3. Do all of you constantly consider yourselves to be elevated souls? An elevated soul means someone whose every thought, word, and deed are always elevated. Because you have moved away from ordinary life into an elevated life, you have moved away from the Iron Age into the Confluence Age. Since the age has changed and your life has changed, then your changed life means everything has changed. Can you see such transformation in yourselves? None of your actions or behavior should be like those of ordinary people. They are worldly and you are spiritual. Souls with a spiritual life would be different from worldly souls. Check whether your thoughts are ordinary or spiritual. After checking them, if you find they are ordinary, then change them. When something is put in front of you, you check whether it is fit to take and eat, and if it isn't, you don't take it, you just leave it. In the same way, check actions before you perform them. By performing ordinary actions, your life becomes ordinary, and you will then become same as the people of the world and become mixed up with them. You won't appear to be unique and detached. If there isn't that uniqueness, you won't be loved by the Father. If you sometimes experience not receiving the Father's love, you must understand that you lack detachment and that somewhere there's attachment. It is because you haven't become detached that you cannot experience the Father's love. You haven't become detached from your own body, relations, or possessions. Even physical things can become instruments to break your yoga. There may be attachment in relationships, but there would be attachment to food or clothes. Even a tiny thing can cause a lot of damage. Therefore, constantly remain detached. That is, have a non-worldly life. If you also continue to speak and interact in the same way as householders, what would be the difference? Therefore, examine how much you have transformed yourself. Even if you are a mother-in-law or daughter-in-law in terms of worldly relationships, just look at the soul. She's not your daughter-in-law, but a soul. By looking at the soul, there will be either happiness or mercy. This poor soul is under an external influence, in ignorance, and doesn't know anything. I am a knowledgeable soul, and so I have mercy for the soul who doesn't know anything and will definitely transform that soul with good wishes. Your vision and attitude have to change. Otherwise, there won't be an impact on the family. To change your vision and attitude is to have a spiritual, alokik life. You cannot do what the ignorant people outside do. You should not be colored by their company. There won't be an impact by your saying anything, but you will definitely receive the fruit of whatever subtle feelings you have. Acha. 4. Do you experience having the company of the Almighty Authority Father at every step? Where the Almighty Authority Father is present, there will automatically be all powers too. When you have a seed, the tree is merged in that. In the same way, when you have the company of the Almighty Authority Father, then you are constantly full of all treasures, always content and full. You would never be weak in any respect. There won't be any complaints either. You will be constantly full. There won't be any complaints such as, what should I do? How can I do this? You have the company, and so you are always victorious. When you step aside, the queue becomes very long. One question queue makes a long queue. So make sure you don't form a queue of questions. There may be a queue of devotees and subjects, but there mustn't be a queue of questions. Those who constantly stay with him will also go back with him. You are constantly with him. You will stay with him and go back with him. This is your firm promise. Is it not? Weakness over a long period will deceive you at the end. If any weakness remains, you won't be able to fly. Therefore, check all the strings. As soon as you are called and the whistle of time is blown, you have to go. When you children have courage, the Father helps. Where the Father is present, you have help. There is nothing difficult there. Everything is already accomplished. 5. Do you constantly experience yourselves to be master almighty authorities? By maintaining the awareness of this form, you will experience adverse situations to be sightseeings and not adverse situations. When you consider them to be adverse situations, you become confused. However, when you see them as sightseeings, you are easily able to overcome them because when you see scenes, you experience happiness and don't become afraid. Therefore, the obstacles are not obstacles, but a way to progress. Tests make you progress in your class. So these obstacles, adverse situations, all come to make you move forward. You do think of them in this way, do you not? Do you ever think sometimes, why did this happen? What happened? When you do this, your time is wasted. To think means to come to a standstill. Master Almighty authorities never come to a standstill. They constantly experience the flying stage in their life. 6. Have you attained all blessings from the Father, the bestower of blessings? What is the main blessing that you received from the Father? One is to be a constant yogi. The second is to be constantly pure. Do you constantly experience both these blessings in your life? Have you made your life a yogi life? Or are you yogis who have to have yoga? Yogis who have to make effort to have yoga, make effort to have yoga for 2 to 4 hours, and then the game is finished. However, a yogi life is constant. Therefore, do you have a constantly yogi life? In the same way, you have received the blessing of purity. You have become worthy of worship, souls, with the blessing of purity. With the blessing of being a yogi, you have become a constant embodiment of power. So, you have become an embodiment of power and a constantly worthy of worship form. Do you constantly remain pure? You don't remain pure only sometimes, do you? If someone becomes impure for even a day, he comes in the list of those who are impure. So are you in the list of those who are pure? Do you ever become angry? Would being angry or having attachment be called purity? Is attachment not impurity? If you haven't conquered attachment, you cannot become an embodiment of remembrance. Don't allow any of the vices to come. When you don't allow any vice to come, you can be called one who is pure and yogi. Bapdada hopes that every child will have the determination to never have waste thoughts. They will finish the illness of waste for all time. This one determination will make you an embodiment of success for all time. Always remain cautious. That is, finish all waste. Acha, blessing. May you have faith in the intellect and with feelings of benevolence, transform the sanskars of every soul. Your intellect has 100% faith in the Father, so that no matter how much someone tries to shake you from that, you will not allow yourself to be shaken. In the same way, no matter what type of test someone from the divine family or any impure soul gives you, even if someone opposes you out of anger or insults or defames you, you cannot fluctuate. For this, you must simply have benevolent feelings for every soul. This feeling will transform their sanskars. Do not become impatient. The fruit will definitely emerge according to the time. This is fixed in the drama. Slogan: with the power of purity, make your thoughts pure and fill them with knowledge and finish all weaknesses. Om Shanti.